Have you noticed that every day it seems harder to move around like you used to? If you're over 60, you may have noticed a gradual decline in your mobility. Getting up from a chair, taking a simple walk, or even climbing the stairs in your own home can become challenging tasks. Many people believe that this is just a part of aging, a natural consequence of the passing of time. But does it really have to be that way? Society often teaches us that old age is synonymous with physical limitations, that loss of mobility is inevitable. However, it is essential to reflect. What if I told you that these difficulties are not necessarily a mandatory part of the aging process? What if this were something that, yes, can be overcome with the right amount of time, dedication, and proper care? The truth is that many people, when they reach the age of 60, simply accept these limitations as a sentence. They resign themselves and do not look for alternatives. But the most important thing is that you are not alone on this journey. Every day, more people are discovering that they can, in fact, move around again with more freedom and confidence. And you can do it too. This is a story of overcoming obstacles, of breaking with the idea that old age only brings with it restrictions. Because the truth is that with the right attitudes, your quality of life can be transformed. And the most interesting thing, you don't have to do it alone. There are simple, effective solutions within your reach that can make all the difference. So, if you're having trouble moving around, don't despair. It's not a sign that your body has failed you, but rather an invitation to transform your reality. What you do with it will determine the impact this change will have on your life. Are you ready to learn what you can do to regain control? We'll show you the way. When we start to feel difficulty moving, the first step is to understand what is happening to our body. After all, it is not normal to feel pain or limitations when performing simple daily tasks. Therefore, it is important to investigate the causes and seek answers to find out why this is happening. But what could really be behind this feeling of fatigue or constant pain? The first thing to consider is the natural conditions of the body that arise over time. As we age, our bones and joints can undergo changes. For example, cartilage wear and tear can result in arthritis, a common condition among people over 60, which can lead to constant joint pain and make movement difficult. In addition, a decrease in muscle mass and loss of flexibility are characteristics of aging, which can increase feelings of stiffness and fatigue, especially when trying to perform more demanding movements. Another factor that can contribute to difficulty moving is a lack of physical activity. Inactivity can cause muscle weakness, loss of balance, and even circulatory problems. We often go long periods without exercising, which causes our muscles and joints to lose strength and responsiveness. This does not mean that the body cannot be awakened, but rather that it is necessary to reverse this cycle. Start slowly and over time recover lost mobility. In addition to physical conditions, it is important to consider psychological factors. Anxiety, stress, and depression can directly affect the way we move and interact with the world around us. Lack of motivation and fear of pain can discourage any attempt to move, creating a vicious cycle of inactivity. Therefore, difficulty moving may not only be physical, but also emotional, which is why it is important to treat both the body and the mind with equal care. Finally, it is important to remember that any of these conditions can be treated, especially if diagnosed early. Consulting a specialist, such as an orthopedic doctor, physiotherapist, or rheumatologist, is essential to fully understand what is happening and the best ways to regain mobility. There is no shame in seeking help, and this is the key to improving your quality of life. Knowing what is happening to your body is the first step to reversing this difficult situation and moving more freely again. When mobility starts to become limited, the impact isn't limited to physical activities. In fact, the loss of the ability to move freely can profoundly affect your quality of life, causing consequences that go beyond pain and stiffness. What many people don't realize is that difficulty moving can create a cascade of negative effects, affecting crucial areas of our daily lives. First, there is the direct impact on daily activities. Simple tasks like walking to the grocery store, climbing stairs, or even getting out of bed can become challenges. Over time, these small limitations can cause you to avoid leaving the house, which leads to a more sedentary lifestyle. This not only worsens your physical condition, but can also affect your mood, as the feeling of being trapped or unable to perform simple tasks can lead to frustration and sadness. Losing independence is a major concern for those who experience these difficulties. In the long term, this cycle of inactivity and frustration can have a significant impact on mental health. Depression and anxiety are often associated with loss of mobility. When we find ourselves limited, psychological stress builds up, causing the body to react even more negatively, resulting in feelings of discouragement and often social isolation. The lack of interaction with friends and family who were once a source of joy and support can intensify, creating an emotional void that is difficult to fill. In addition, lack of movement can aggravate other health conditions such as heart, respiratory, and circulatory problems. When deprived of physical activity, the body loses its ability to maintain good blood flow, which can result in high blood pressure, an increased risk of heart attack or stroke, and even breathing difficulties. Not to mention that inactivity also accelerates bone loss, a problem that is particularly serious in people over 60, increasing the risk of falls and fractures. If you don't take steps to combat these limitations, you may end up living a more restricted and less enjoyable life. What could be a more peaceful and rewarding phase of life, full of moments with family and friends, can turn into an existence centered on pain, fear, and frustration. The good news is that with the right strategies, it is possible to reverse this scenario. Regaining mobility is not just a physical issue. It is a way to reclaim the joy of living, to regain independence, and to feel fulfilled and in control of your life. So, if you feel that the loss of mobility is affecting your quality of life, it's time to take action. Don't settle for the idea that this is normal with age, and give yourself the chance to regain your energy and enthusiasm for life. The first step to reversing this situation is to understand how these impacts affect your life and how you can change this situation, creating a healthier and more fulfilling future. Now that you understand the possible factors that may be influencing your mobility difficulties, it's time to take action. The good news is that there are several practical and effective ways to improve your mobility, regardless of your age. With a few simple changes to your routine and the introduction of new healthy habits, you can regain the freedom to move and significantly improve your quality of life. 1. Start with stretching exercises, one of the most effective ways to improve flexibility and mobility is through stretching. Joint stiffness is often caused by a lack of regular stretching, which prevents the body from moving more freely. Start with simple stretching exercises focusing on the most affected areas, such as the legs, back, and shoulders. Stretching exercises can be done at home without the need for expensive equipment and can help relieve muscle tension, improve circulation, and prevent injuries. 2. Practice low-impact physical activities. Light walking, swimming, or cycling are excellent options for those who want to improve mobility without putting strain on their joints. These activities are low impact, meaning they don't put too much strain on the body, while also helping to improve muscle strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular endurance. If you've never exercised regularly, start slowly with short sessions and gradually increase the intensity. The important thing is to keep moving, as this helps to strengthen your muscles and joints, as well as improve blood circulation. 3. Strengthen your muscles. In addition to stretching, it is essential to work on strengthening muscles, as strong muscles help support joints and prevent pain. Strength training can be adapted for people over 60 using light weights or resistance equipment. If you prefer something simpler, body weight strengthening exercises such as squats, push-ups, or even balance exercises are also very effective. Stronger muscles mean greater stability and a lower risk of falls. 4. Invest in a healthy diet. Nutrition plays a key role in joint health and maintaining mobility. Eat foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as fish, nuts, and seeds, which help reduce inflammation in the joints. Additionally, foods rich in calcium and vitamin D, such as milk, yogurt, and green leafy vegetables, are essential for bone health. A balanced diet not only improves joint health, but also contributes to the overall health of the body, providing more energy and stamina. 5. Consider physical therapy or specialized treatments. In many cases, the help of a physical therapist can speed recovery and improve mobility. Specialized physical therapists can create personalized exercise programs focused on your specific needs and guide you on how to improve strength, flexibility, and coordination. Additionally, treatments such as acupuncture, manual therapy, and the use of assistive devices such as splints or orthopedic supports may be recommended depending on your condition. Seeing a specialist can help prevent more serious injuries from developing and improve the effectiveness of your exercises. With these simple and effective practices, you can begin to gradually and safely regain your mobility. The most important thing to remember is that change starts with small steps. No matter your age or the level of difficulty you are facing, there is always something you can do to improve. Don't let your physical limitations define your life. With dedication and patience, you can regain the independence and quality of life you deserve. Start today and experience the changes for yourself. While many of the practical tips we've discussed above can be implemented on your own, there are times when it's crucial to seek the help of a qualified professional. Seeking medical and Therapeutic advice is not just a precautionary measure, but an effective way to ensure that your mobility journey is well guided and safe. If you're over 60 and struggling to get around, a specialist can help identify underlying issues and provide the best possible treatment. 1. Proper diagnosis can be the key to effective treatment. Often, the pain or difficulty moving that we feel is not something simple or isolated. It can be a symptom of more complex conditions, such as arthritis, osteoporosis, neurological diseases, or circulatory problems. Consulting a doctor, such as an orthopedist or rheumatologist, is essential to obtain an accurate diagnosis. They will be able to perform clinical and imaging tests to assess the condition of your joints, muscles, and bones, identifying the exact cause of your difficulty moving. Without a correct diagnosis, it is easy to resort to ineffective treatments or even make the problem worse. 2. Physical therapy can speed your recovery and prevent complications. Physical therapy is one of the most effective ways to treat loss of mobility, as it aims to improve muscle and joint function and balance. A qualified physical therapist can assess your physical condition, design a personalized exercise plan, and guide you through the correct movements. This not only helps relieve pain, but also strengthens the affected areas, improving flexibility and preventing future injuries. For people over the age of 60, physical therapy is often the key to regaining mobility more quickly and safely. 3. Mobility problems can be a sign of serious underlying conditions. In many cases, difficulty moving can be a symptom of diseases such as osteoarthritis, which causes joint wear and tear, or neurological diseases such as Parkinson's or peripheral neuropathy. If not treated properly, these conditions can progress, causing even more serious limitations. Seeking a specialist helps to detect these diseases at an early stage, enabling early treatment that can slow the progression of symptoms and significantly improve your quality of life. 4. Medical advice can prevent injuries and falls. For many people over the age of 60, one of the biggest risks of poor mobility is increased falls. Loss of strength, balance, and flexibility increases the risk of falls. These falls can result in fractures or serious injuries, which can further affect the ability to move. A specialist, such as a physical therapist or doctor, can provide exercises to improve balance and coordination and may recommend assistive devices, such as canes or walkers, to help you stay safe in your daily life. 5. Seeking help is a way to invest in your quality of life. As important as self-care is, seeing a specialist can make all the difference in your recovery. You don't have to face your difficulties alone. A doctor or physical therapist will not only help treat the conditions that affect your mobility, but will also guide you on the best way to stay active, avoid aggravation, and continue to enjoy a healthy, independent life. Investing in your health, especially in relation to mobility, is one of the best ways to ensure that you can live with freedom, comfort, and quality for many years to come. Therefore, if you are having difficulty moving around, do not hesitate to seek professional help. Consulting a specialist can be the first step towards regaining your independence and living a healthier life. Do not allow pain or limitations to become something normal for you. By seeking the right treatment, you are investing in your well-being and ensuring that mobility is not a barrier, but rather an ongoing achievement. We have reached the crucial point of this journey. What are you going to do now? After understanding the causes of movement difficulties, the impact this can have on your life, and the solutions that exist to improve your mobility, the final question is, what will be your next step? Don't let your body's limitations define who you are or how you live. Now is the time to take control of your health and quality of life. The good news is that it's never too late to start. Mobility, even at an older age, can be regained with effort, discipline, and, most importantly, with the right support. As discussed throughout this content, simply starting to move around will make a big difference. Small steps, such as stretching, walking, and even seeing a specialist, can generate significant changes in a short time. And most importantly, these changes can transform the way you live your days, providing more energy, more joy, and more freedom. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that age or pain are insurmountable barriers, but the truth is that many are already breaking through these limits and living active and fulfilling lives. People over 60 have increasingly proven that it is possible to live a vibrant and active life, regardless of the difficulties that may arise. And you can be one of those people too. No matter what stage you are at, what matters is that you have the ability to change your reality, and you can start now. The key to this transformation is action. Don't wait until the pain or frustration becomes unbearable. Start small, be consistent, and take one step at a time. Seek professional help when necessary, and remember that recovery is not a quick process, but rather an ongoing journey. Believe in your potential to overcome difficulties, and keep in mind that each small step forward will be a significant victory. Finally, remember, mobility is not just a physical issue, but also emotionally. By taking control of your body and health, you will also be investing in your happiness and overall well-being. Free yourself from limitations, invest in yourself, and make mobility a daily achievement. You have the power to change your life now, and the first step starts with you. Are you ready for this transformation? Let's go on this journey together.